Hi guys. Hi guys. First of all, good morning to everyone. Today is day 38 of Cracking Cat in 120 days. And this is my morning schedule where I do English speaking practice with the help of ChatGPT. So the first thing that I want to share you guys that the reason that why today I got late. I got late because I had to cook breakfast, lunch and dinner for myself. At the moment I am living alone, means no one is here in my home. Mom was there, but mom is now in Bihar, so I have to prepare breakfast, lunch, and dinner for myself by own, then do house cleaning, and then taking, then take bath. Everything take time. So yesterday, what I did was I did everything after I finished recording, but today. So sorry, I'm first talking about yesterday. So when I did this, did that, I realized that my streaming starts at 8 a.m. then. So I thought, why not to mm, shift means shift this first to the all the work means like your home cleaning, house cleaning, making preparing breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and taking bath or doing some prayers, and after that you just sit to record yourself where you communicate in English, and then when you go to library you don't have to don't have to prepare or rush for everything, because when you rush you eventually get late, you don't get on time, you get late. For me, it's my opinion. So you need to pre-plan that, okay, I am doing first I will do this, then I will do this. So I just tried and why not to shift today. So I shifted this and I first finished my home task and then I am sitting for a study, because English speaking is also a part of a study. So yeah, its study starts now. So this is the reason why I got late. Hope you all guys can understand, because I have to wash all the, I'm not getting the word for burtan. It's utensils. Let's say utensils. So I have to wash all the utensils, uh, clean all the utensils, and then means there are work which took me around 2 hours to complete. I woke up at 4 a.m. and it's now 6 5 or 6 7 a.m. when I started to record myself. So actually it took too much time. It's 2 hour. It was not supposed to take 2 hour, but it took 2 hour. I need to figure it out why it took that much time. No worries. If I am, the thing is, I am here, I am present here, and this is day 38 of speaking English practice, and I am doing that. The only thing that matters, you are consistent, I am consistent. You are improving. For me, I am improving in my opinion. I don't know about broad view that how much I'm improving, but I can say, yeah, I am improving. Not very fastly, but just slowly, but yeah, improving. Why I'm saying that? Because earlier I was not able to speak that much, which I am saying right now. Earlier my voice was not that clear, but today when I am speaking, I am my voice was not stucking. Means if I know the word, I say it. If I don't know, I don't say it. Simple. It's simple. If you want to see that how I was started. sorry, how I started. So you can go through my first video or second video. Actually, that was not in separate English speaking practice. That was included in live stream. Means I started my live stream with English speaking practice, then shift to our reading journey. That's how we. That's how I completed all 38 days of English speaking practice. And now, Chuki Wi-Fi is not working properly, but let's try if it's working. We will ask chat to ask me some questions and I will reply those questions. So I am okay. I'm sharing you guys my screen. You guys can see that. Wait, here, yeah. So I am sharing you a screen where you guys can see that chat is working or not. So yeah, this is the screen, and I am asking chat. Hi chat. Hi chat. Hi chat. I am asking you to ask me 10 questions on different themes and new questions, not in your past history question, which I will answer and you will analyze all those answers and give correct responses like where I am wrong, where I am correct, everything that I have earlier prompted you, and one final panel ready answer. One means last column. So I submitted my answer. Let's see it is working because yesterday chat did just it was recording my voice, but when the time come to translate the dictation into text, chat failed, and my all the recordings were erased. So I submitted this. Now chat will be asking questions. Okay, chat asked. Hey, I asked chat to ask me 10 questions, and chat is asking only 4. I asked you to train 10. Here you can see the 10 questions. The first question is, how has your approach to learning changed since the school days? So the first question is on education. How has your approach to learning changed since school days? My approach towards learning changed since school days in a way that earlier we used to crammer all the things, mug up all the things. But in today's time, we don't need to mug up everything. We just need to understand more clearly because in schools, your topics were easy. You just need to mug up. You don't need that much understanding. But when you opt for higher study, you just can't depend on mugging up. You need to understand the critical concept. You need to explain to yourself that, okay, this is the concept, this is their limitation, and this is the application. If you only mug up the concept theory, you can't apply it on new applications. Where, if let's suppose, if a question is given and you understand the concept, and this concept implies to other application, and you just mug up this concept and you don't apply those things, so you can't be able to solve the innovative questions. Now, second question, what kind of leader do you aspire to be after your MBA? After my MBA, I am aspiring to lead a role in finance, where I will use my finance fundamental skills to build my future in that and drive growth of company. Then question 3. How does the Russia-Ukraine conflict impact India's economy and trade? So if I talk about how Russia and Ukraine's conflict impacted India, it impacted India in a variety of ways. If I talk about first, it is the student. Student faced a lot of issues because of this conflict. Many students of India were studying in Ukraine, were studying in Russia of their respective medical, engineering, or other courses. But due to a conflict, their studies hampered. They didn't get the proper timings, and their years got wasted because they can't do online and they can't do offline because the situations are not appropriate to go there. No one parents and no country wants to send their student to the country where they are going, there is war going on. So it impacted students. So and impacted students, and so if it impacted students, it automatically impacted India's economy. And other thing is due to Russia or Ukraine war, USA and other global organizations sanctioned India that you are taking oil from Russia and Russia is conflicting you doing war with Ukraine. So you are indirectly financing Russia to war against Ukraine. So they sanctioned India. This is again the reason that India is impacted. India's economy is decreasing because of that. Then culture. What culture practice from your family or community has shaped your values the most? The culture practice that we do in our family is we respect our elders, we communicate with youngers, we give everyone equal opportunity so they can stand for themselves. So this is the cultural part of our family, which shaped me that whatever the result you are getting, whatever the success you are achieving, don't forget the roots. Always be humiliate, and be kind to everyone. Then question 6, hobbies. If you could turn one of your hobbies into business, what would it be? My hobby is my hobby is reading, and I want to sorry, my I am developing a habit of hobby of communication in English. So I would develop a communication business, leadership business where I coach every new students how to speak, how to communicate with everyone. And question 7, leadership and teamwork. Tell me about a time when you had to handle a disagreement within a team. When I was in when I was in college last year, then that time we organized a musical festival where I was leading the team. My task was to take permissions and do marketing. So I was doing my job perfectly, but other team members were not doing their task properly. So I confronted them. I asked them, then what is the problem? Why you guys are not doing the thing that you are assigned to? They are saying that we will do. You don't need to worry, we will do. But at last, when the event date came, everyone was like, "Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this work earlier," but we don't. So this is how disagreement happened and how I engaged myself with it. I asked them that, okay, this is the problem that you guys are facing. So you need to make a solution. You need to find a solution that how you guys can get out from these situations. So we made plan. We started again working on plan. Then eventually we organized that music festival, and that was a success. Not full success, but yeah, that was success. So I tackled uh, with communication, not just with a argument. Then question 8, ethics. Would you ever take a high-paying job in a company whose values don't agree with? So the first thing is values. If values are not aligning with vision, values are not ethical, and company is not doing ethical work, so no matter what, how much salary they are paying, is I am going to pursue it. I'm not going to pursue it. Then question 9, current issue. What role do you think digital startups are playing in rural India? In rural India, many digital startups are based for rural India because in rural India, everyone can see that there are no infrastructure developed there that well. There was no offline stores that are everywhere in urban areas. So here comes the digital startups, which gave them access to access the world with from their own villages, own homes. So they don't need to worry about that. Okay, we don't have the support or uh, stationery that is needed, and you don't need to coaching. Like if I talk about example, like digital ed tech industry, like Physics Wala is digital startup, so it is helping, it is inspiring so many Indians or other students from rural areas to urban areas. So rural areas where the teacher were not that good, there was lacking a teacher. So Physics Wala played a crucial role, and many students got selected in medical colleges. He become IAS officer, become CA means they are helping rural areas. In future vision, what is your future vision of India as superpower in next 25 years? My vision of India as a superpower in the next 25 year is making India manufacturing hub. Second, India. Second, India. India will be hosting many international tournaments. India is working with. India should be at number one global economy, not just number one global economy, but number one in literacy, number one in infrastructure development, number one in every aspect. This is my vision. I don't know how much I will achieve, but this is my vision. Again, that ended their limit. You can see that is not recording my voice further. Maybe this voice will also get erased, which I'm praying not to. Means I'm praying that please don't erase this. I answered very clearly. I tried to answer very clearly. Not, I don't know how much I was clear, but I tried. Again, it's buffering. I'm just fearing that it doesn't. It is loading. Still loading. Yeah, it finally did. It converted my whole dictation into text. Now chat is giving me give. So I asked to give it. No, so you can see this is giving the 10 column table. You guys can see clearly. So today we can say that our work gave result, and we are seeing it right now. So the first question was, how has your approach to learning changed since the school days? My answer was, earlier we used to mug up things, but now I focus on understanding concept. Mugging up doesn't work for higher studies. This is my answer. My learning approach has shifted from rote memorization to deep understanding. Okay, rote memorization to deep understanding, critical thinking, and application of concepts. Use present perfect has changed. Okay, not simple past. Okay, has changed. But reputation of mug-up. Okay, mug-up डाल लेना concept सीधा. The extra vocab is analytical, application oriented. So you can see example is he has an analytical mindset that helps her solve problems. Panel strategy answer is show maturity, stress how learning how to learn. My approach to learning has evolved from rote memorization to critical thinking and application. I now focus on connecting concept with real world situations, which makes learning more impactful. Okay, my approach to learning has evolved and actually so maturity, stress, learning how to learn. Okay, then in second you can see second question was what kind of leader do you aspire to be after your MBA? I said I aspire to lead a role in finance using my financial skill to build my future and company growth. I aspire to be a strategic leader in finance. Okay, strategic leader in finance. Okay. Then aspire हो गया लक्ष्य अपना sustainable, visionary, collaborative. A visionary leader inspires people to look beyond immediate results. You guys can see the panel strategy was is sorry, and why I'm saying was it is have it is stress of balance stress balance of technical plus people skills. I aspire to be a collaborative and visionary leader, okay, in finance, using data driven insights and a strong team engagement to create sustainable business growth. Then question third is how does Russia-Ukraine conflict impacts India's economy and trade? I said students faced issues, sanctions on oil trade, economy hampered. The conflict disrupted education for Indian students abroad, raised energy costs, and created geopolitical pressure on India's trade policies. Okay, keep answer structured. Education, economy, energy, conflict, संघर्ष, sanction, प्रतिबंध. You guys can see the other words are geopolitical disruptions. The war created major geopolitical sorry, the war created major geopolitical disruptions in global trade. Keep global plus India context highlights resilience. The conflict increased oil prices, disrupted supply chains, and created diplomatic challenges. Okay, disrupted supply chains, increased oil prices, and created diplomatic challenges. But it also pushed India to diversify energy sources, and strengthen self-reliance. Okay, do you think data privacy is more important than technological innovations? I skipped this answer. I don't know how, but I skipped this answer. I believe both are important. Do you think data privacy is more important than technological innovations? And data privacy is important, and similar technological innovations is also important. I believe both are important, but data privacy should be prioritized because trust is the foundation of innovation. Then use balanced structure first acknowledge, then take stance. Privacy, innovation, accountability, transparency. Transparency builds long-term trust in business. Always balance, don't turn extreme. Okay. While innovation drives progress, while innovation drives progress, I believe data privacy is more important because without trust, even the best technologies fail. Balance is the key. Okay. What cultural practice from your family community has shaped your values? My answer was respect elders, give equal opportunities, stay humble. My culture taught me humility, respect for elders, and empathy values that empathy values that guide both personal and professional relationships. Avoid repetition of respect. Use varied words. Okay. Humility, humility, empathy. In sorry, you guys if you rewatch the video, you guys know can see that I said humiliate, which is the opposite meaning of humility. So both are different. Don't I got confused with humiliate and humility. Okay. Inclusiveness and compassion. Compassionate leader create stronger teams. Link family values to leadership. Okay. A key cultural value I carry is humility and respect for all, which guides my leadership style of empathy and inclusiveness. Then question six oh, is if you could turn one hobby into a business, what would it be? My answer was reading and developing communication skills. Okay, coaching students in communication. I would turn my passion for communication into business, helping students improve public speaking and leadership skills. Use future conditional. I would turn, I would turn, I would turn, use future conditional. Okay. Passion, communication, entrepreneurship, skill development, entrepreneurship, 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 entrepreneurship requires both creativity and resilience. The impact on society, not just yourself. Okay. I would build a communication training venture that empowers students, especially from smaller towns, to express themselves confidently and grow into future leaders. Tell me about a time when you handled a disagreement in team. In college fest, team members were not working. I confronted them, made planned organized event. During my college fest, when tasks were delayed, I initiated an open discussion, identified challenges, and realigned where roles. Realigned roles. This ensured the event's success. Use past tense consistently. Avoid I was not doing their job. And I never said that. I was not doing their job. They were not doing their job. I said that. Disagreement, confront. Mediation, resolution. Mediation, resolution. Mediation helped the team reach a quick resolution. Okay. Highlight leadership, communication, and resolution. In my college fest, I resolved a team disagreement by facilitating, facilitating open discussion, open dialogue, redistributing tasks, and motivating members, which led to a successful event. Then, would you take a high-paying job in a company with values you don't agree with? No, values matter more than salary. I would not compromise on ethics, even if I offered a high salary, because integrity builds long-term success. Because I would not compromise on ethics even if for a high salary, because integrity builds long-term success. Okay, avoid double negatives. Use for strong but polite tone. Okay, ethics, integrity, conscience, अंतरात्मा, accountability, जवाबदेही. A clear conscience is more valuable than wealth. एक साफ अंतरात्मा धन से अधिक मूल्यवान है. You guys can see. Show clarity plus principle based on decision making. I would not join a company whose values conflict with mine. For me, integrity and ethical practices are non-negotiable in building a sustainable career. What role do digital startup plays in rural India? I said they provide access to education, goods, service, example physics wala. Digital startups bridge gaps in education, healthcare, and commerce, enabling rural India to connect with global opportunities. Use bridge the gap phrase, okay? Bridge the gap phrase, startups access, empowerment, inclusion. Digital inclusion empowers rural communities. So, societal impact clearly. Digital startups are transforming rural India by bridging access gap in education, healthcare, and commerce, thus empowering people with opportunities once limited to cities. What is your vision of India as a superpower in 25 years? Manufacturing hub, global leader, tournaments, literacy economy. I envision India as a hub. I envision instead of I will just. I envision India as a hub of innovation, manufacturing, and knowledge, leading globally in economy, education, and sustainability. Vision, innovation, sustainability, competitiveness, sustainability. You guys can see give futuristic but realistic vision. I envision India becoming a superpower driven by innovation, manufacturing, and education. A nation that leads in economy, sustainability, and global influence. So these are my correct answers and the panel ready answers which I have gone through. Now I will do one thing. I will revise it on at night. So when tomorrow I will do again practice it, I know the structure of sentence means where to use bridging the gap, bridging access the gap like that. And panel ready answer is perfect. I need to practice that answers more and more oftenly. So I will get used to it. So this is this is my day 38 of cracking cat in 120 days English speaking practice session. So this is for now. So I have to go to library and start streaming from 6 from 7 because I don't want to delay. So bye everyone. We will meet again tomorrow. Bye.